welcome to my channel. This is my very first video. I am so excited to do this for you guys. I just wanted to focus on something that was bright and bubbly and just kind of like, hello spring. And so I decided to go with this wonderful, you know, colorful pink sparkling look just to kind of add that color to your day. I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys learn something out of this and, you know, have some fun.
So for primer today, I'm using this one by Rimmel. It is a Stay Matte Primer, and of course, because it is matte primer, I like to focus it on the points where I get most oily. So my T-zone, my chin, and my nose. And from there, I will spread it throughout my entire face just to keep my face nice and matte and under control. For foundation today, we are using this one by Maybelline. It's the Fit Me Matte Poreless in the color Natural Ivory. I like to apply this with my fingers first, just because I am super lazy. I do not like cleaning beauty blenders. They are probably the biggest hassle of all of my brushes. And so, not only is it just because I'm lazy, I'm not that petty. I just feel like it gives me a nice cleaner finish, especially with the texture of my skin. I don't need all that added texture from beauty blenders and brushes. So what I like to do is just apply that everywhere as much as I can, and then I like to go in with my beauty blender and make sure that I get it all nicely blended into my under eye creases, my hairline, my jawline, especially down my neck, and into my earline. And that last one might sound weird, but it's just because I do not like lines there as well. For concealer, we're going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the color Fair. I like to apply this under my eyes and swooping it to my cheekbones. After that, I will apply a small arrow in my T-zone and make that go down my nose. Occasionally, I will put it on my upper lip just to give a little bit more highlight because I really like glowing. After that, I will apply it on my chin just because I have a big problem with breaking out. Again, it's concealer, so make sure you focus on your problem areas just to give you a little bit more coverage. And do not forget to blend that crap out because blending is your best friend. For bake today, we are using the Airspun powder in the color Naturally Neutral. This has been getting a lot of rave reviews lately, and it's really worth it. I advise you not to get it into your eye like I just did because it really hurt and it was not a fun experience. I like to press it into my under eyes, my T-zone, and my chin, just the places where I put all that concealer, just to help set it and help it stay all day long. I also like to put it along my jawline just to make sure that I have a nice outline for where I want my contour to be. Also, if you are not a fan of the old lady smell, I do not think you're going to be a fan of this product just because it really smells strongly of old ladies. I for one don't mind because I kind of like the smell. Maybe that's just because I'm weird. For contour today, I'm using this Ulta Beauty palette and I'm using the Cool Matte Bronzer. I'm also using this angled brush just because I feel like that really cuts out my cheekbones and really gives me that contour I want. Now, I do not know if they sell this palette as an actual palette. If they do, I will find it and I will put it in the description box as well as all the other products in this video. I did put way too much bronzer on, but that is always okay because you're always able to blend it out later. And it's really simple. It just blending is magic. Blending is your fairy godmother. Now, not only do I like to carve out my cheekbones, I like to stipple the bronzer along the hairline. Again, just because I am so pale. It makes me feel a little more comfortable, like that bronzer isn't like super stark and it just kind of blends in nicely with my skin tone. I will also go down a little bit, just the tiniest bit, down my jawline, again, just to make everything a little more smoother and nicer and clean. Now this is one of my all-time favorite brushes. This is the E.L.F. Kabuki brush. It's so soft and so good for blending everything in. And what I will do is I usually take this just to sweep off all of that leftover baking. And I will also use this to help blend in all those harsh lines from contouring. And this is really good because it's just really soft. It's so easy to blend this all in with this brush. It's probably my favorite brush out of all of them, and I have quite a few brushes. And again, just because I was really harsh with contour today, I am taking the banana powder from the Ulta Beauty palette that I use for the contour. And that's just going to help soften that up just a little bit, just so it looks a lot more nice and even and clean. For brows today, I'm using the Milani Stay Put Brow in the color Natural Taupe. How do you even say that? Taupe. I think it's Taupe. So I begin with nice, light, natural strokes in the center of my brow. And I will flick that out towards the tail, just so that gives it a little bit more of a natural look and it fills it in really nicely. Another struggle a lot of you probably have dealt with is plucking your eyebrows way too much. And again, I did that so bad. So now I have like bald spots on the arches of my eyebrows that I really have to fill in. So I will line that and line it down towards the tail and make that all look smoother and a lot nicer. And again, 2 different eyebrows, so they have 2 different arches. To prime my eyes, I use the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Priming Potion just because I used to have really bad creases in my eyes, and I feel like this really has improved that. So it's a really good product, and I really suggest you getting it. So first, to go into the crease, we're going to go with this LA Colors Pocket Eye Palette, and it's the Natural Darling palette. I'm really pleasantly surprised with this palette. It is so good and so pigmented for such a cheap price. We're just going to go into the crease with this warm bronze gold color, and you just really want to be light with your hand so you don't come off with really harsh lines, and you just want to blend that really nicely with a windshield wiper motion. So next, to just really warm up the crease and get that really nice color, we're going to use this Ulta Beauty palette, and we're going to use the color Hope. And it's just a really nice maroon, brownish kind of color, and it's just going to help that crease stand out just a little bit more. And now we're going to go back to that LA Colors palette, going back to the gold color, just to have everything blend it together nicely, because you still want that golden look. Next, we're going back to the Ulta Beauty palette, and this time we're going to use this pink color Rebel. This is just a really nice, really deep pink, and this, again, will also help deepen that crease and help it stand out just a little bit more. Now we're going to go back with that Maybelline concealer, and we're going to cut out where we want our sparkles to be, because, you know, you really need a lot of sparkles in your life, or at least maybe it's just me. Now I'm just using a flat concealer brush just because I feel like it gives me a lot more control over what I'm doing. I really advise that you would take your time with this step just because you really want a nice clean cut. And it's not a problem taking a lot of time on this step. Trust me, I've done it before. Next up, I'm using this E.L.F. glitter primer. We're going to go into the inner corner next with this MAC Dazzle Shadow in the color Let's Roll. This color is so unique. It's almost like a red tinted orange, but it's got some really nice pink undertones. It's sparkly. It's really, really nice and smooth. I just love it so much. Now, to finish off the center of the eyelid, we're going to go in with a pink glitter. I really don't know what brand this is or anything. My friend just gave it to me, but I think any good pink glitter would work. Next, we're going to mix the Ulta Beauty Hope and MAC Let's Roll to smoke out the under eye. And then for the inner corner of the under eye, we're just going to take that MAC Let's Roll again, just by itself, just to give it an ombre look. For eyeliner, I'm using the Decay New York Liquid Eyeliner, and for mascara, I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I did have a eyeliner section of the video, but it just didn't fit. It did not work. It was super blurry and unfocused, and you could not see what I was doing, so I really apologize for that. But for the mascara, I just kind of twist it as I go out just because I have blonde lashes, and I feel like that gives me a lot of product and it makes it help push my lashes up. Did put some mascara lightly on the bottom lashes just to kind of darken that out and make it look a little bit more smokier. You, of course, have the option of doing that. You do not need to. I just wanted to have a little bit more of a smoky, sexy look. Going back to that Ulta Beauty bronzer, we're going to contour the nose. I will just draw lines first and then I blend it out later. It's okay if you draw too harsh lines. Again, blending is your best friend. Usually what I do though is I tap off the excess powder just because I really don't want harsh lines. I want a really nice, soft look. I don't want my nose to look like Pinocchio. And yet again, going back to the Ulta Beauty palette, we're going to use this blush here called Pink Nectar. What I like to do is I like to just take a flat brush and kind of snip it along the contour line just to kind of blend it in nicely with the contour. And I feel like that gives it such a nice, soft look. So my favorite part of putting a whole bunch of crap on my face is, of course, the highlighter. And what I like to do is I like to take this E.L.F. Under Eye Concealer and Highlighter in the color Light Glow. I will dot it along my cheekbone and I'll blend that in with my fingers. Now, if you do not blend this in well enough, you will get a bunch of white streaks, and this is not what you want. But if you do it correctly, once you put the highlighter over it, you will get this amazing, wonderful, out-of-this-world space glow, and it's beautiful. Can you tell I'm obsessed with this palette yet? We are going to be taking this highlighter right here in the color Diamond Illuminating Powder. And I am literally obsessed with this. This is just... I don't even know how many highlighters I have. But this is my favorite because it's just... Wow, it's a pow. It's just like, boom, hey, highlighter. Oh yeah, dude, hey, look at my face. I'm a glazed donut. It's just like, look at me. Look, I'm diamond. I'm like Elsa. Elsa froze my face. And it's just, yeah, it's pretty good. Now for a lip liner, we are taking this Clarins lip liner in the color Natural Nude, and I like to fill in my entire lip. So what I'll start by doing is I'll line the outer lip and just make sure that's all nice and clean and ready for lipstick, and then I will fill it all in. And just there's really no other reason to explain the extent of this, and I sound like a robot. And finally for lips, we are using this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color Abu Dubai. And this is one of my favorite lipsticks just because it's such a natural, warm nude that you could use it for any look, everyday looks, fancy looks, take your pick. It's so soft, so creamy. Of course, it's in the name, so I really don't think I need to explain it. But it's just such a really good lipstick, and I'm obsessed. You are 100% officially ready to go slay up Instagram, cut your ex-boyfriend with your eyeliner. Just make sure that you do it slaying. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. And do not forget that I love all of you beautiful little glazed donuts.